Hello trainers, welcome back to my playthrough. So, we got our team patched up from fighting all night. And let's see what's in the area. Yeah, we don't need to heal again. We're fine. Okay, also, I'm no longer picking up my balls from this guy. If he handles them, I don't want to have them back. It's fine. 20 free? Nah, you can hold on to him, buddy. Here, you know what? Matter of fact... Here, bud. I got 24. A nice dozen. 2 dozen. I'll come back from later. Good dude. Alright, let's see what's in this area. Ooh, got some scaffolding. Now, we do have a new parkour ability, so I'm curious about, like, how can we get up here? How can we make use of it? It's gonna be a little boring for, like, a minute. There we go. Like, hold. Easy. Careful. Line it up a little bit better. Easy, careful. Whoa, 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 whoa. My mom used to do that to me all the time when I used to make her coffees, and it used to mess me up so bad. And I was like, you know what? I don't care anymore. And I just started, like, running, and, like, it just worked out. See? You gotta run it. Just not care. No, no, overshoot. Why'd I overshoot? Damn it. This, I could probably just barrel roll, right? Yep, barrel roll. Okay, back to where we were. And there's fast barrel roll. There we go. 2 screws. That was one of the harder areas. Let's dodge down here. Alright, so I know there's a Mega Banette in this area that is going to be happening, so I wonder what we can do about that. Oh, that's cute. I'll grab this little piece of litter here. So much litter on the ground. What is this place? A Lumiose Museum. Okay, Lumiose Museum. Hi there. I'd like to check out the museum. Welcome to the Lumiose Museum. Okay, do I have to pay anything? Sometimes you gotta pay for a museum. We are currently hosting a special exhibit on the 2nd floor. Okay, I'll check that out. I just gonna go this way, I guess. The Hisuian region, never heard of it. Yeah, it seems like the museum lends their pieces to far-off regions. We'll talk to this guy, because he looks like he has a mission for us. Sir, I got a report from my boss that we need to be here. Did you need some help? It's not good. Yeah, this is definitely not good. Hey, you look like a formidable trainer. You think you could do us a little favor? You see, we're really big Spewpa fans. Okay. I mean, your outfit kind of looks about right. Yeah, but our collection of Spewpas accidentally got loose here in the museum. Which is where you might be able to lend a hand. Please find our missing Spewpas. There's 12 of them in all. Please find them. Our shared love for Spewpa has allowed the two of us to find one another. But you should know that Spewpas spew out black powder when they feel threatened. Please don't try to battle them. We're in a museum. Not a wild zone. They could hurt the art. Ruin the art. If you find them, just approach them and I'm sure they'll come back. Oh, there's one off in the distance there, I think. Spewpas in the... sorry. Spewpas in the museum. It's like Spewpas, whatever. It's like... they're silkworms. It's cute. Spewpas. Okay, we'll just sneak around. Yeah, I could have swore I just saw one here. Let's see. Oh, you know what? There's a lot of art we gotta take a look here, too. Well, I gotta appreciate the art. Where is that? We just saw one, like, literally... oh, there you are. And... gotcha! You found a little Spewpa sitting on the handrail, trying to guide folks to the upper floor. As if he was. Come on, little bugaboo. There you go, found one. Let's appreciate the art in the room. I want to take a look and see what we got going on here. Okay, let's see. Ooh, that's a pretty... ooh, that is so cottagecore. I love it. What do we got here? A city that looks to hide away for fairies. A huge tree stands in the center. Pokémon gym is nestled in the tree. This work of art is a series depicting scenarios that inspired overseas artists while they were traveling in Kalos. That's cool. I actually really like that. I feel like that would be like, the Mushroom City in Sword and Shield. That's what that feels like to me. Okay, what do we got here? Ooh, there's a Glowlurk and some other knights. Not bad. And a Seismitoad. It's a screaming kind of Novian. Nova. Let's see, the courtyard of Perfume Palace. Oh, that's actually here in Kalos, I believe. A statue celebrates the cooperation between Pokemon and people that stands in the courtyard. This work is depicting a series of scenarios that inspired the overseas artists while they were traveling in Kalos. Okay, so it's just gonna, the last line's always going to be the same, right? A nice city. Let's see. Around the time Perfume Palace was built, aristocrats that served the king created unique castles in their territories. This work is highly praised as a piece that captures the time period. I mean, it's pretty. You gotta think about that too. Like, there was AZ was supposedly a king, right? But like, what about all the people in that area? I hear stuff everywhere, but oh, that's cool. I like that. Like, what is it, like a Picasso with a Mew here? They say a man of power at the time forced an artist to add mythical Pokemon Mew to spread the word of how great he was. That's clever. I like that it's a little bit off too, because like, if I told you to draw a tiger and I just described what a tiger was to you, could you draw exactly what I seen? You know, like, not perfectly. That makes sense. Golurk and kind of a knight or samurai. This painting depicts a knight errant. A knight errant who continues to travel with a Pokemon, Golurk. The painters express the knight's identity, and his suffering as the primary subjects. It is regarded as an example of romanticism. I mean, he does look pretty beautiful and, like, it looks lovely. You know, it's a lovely art piece. Okay. Now, there's one more... there's the other side here. We'll go to the... we'll just clear off this floor. We can't find any Spewpas in the area. I hear them, but I don't see them. I imagine there's, like, one right above me or something like that. Okay, what do we got here? This one's pretty. I like that the Cacturn's just staring. A depiction of the fruit Pokemon, Serena, and the Scarecrow Pokemon, Cacturn. Some have chosen to explore the figures of Pokemon so differently than humans, in order to understand their anatomy better, to explore the nature of their hearts and minds. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. I feel like Serena would be a very, you know, Kalos Pokemon, actually. To do the fact that it's like a very, you know, looks a little queenie. It lives forever in art. Its essence is captured in the paints. Farmer's a Pokemon? Pokemon is that? Good question, actually. It almost looks like a Mew or something, or like a Kangaskhan baby. It captures the life of a Pokemon and farmers who live together in the lands. It was painted around 85 years ago and is regarded as an example of naturalism. It's pretty. I wonder what that would be, though. Okay, a part of me really wants to go around and just, like, clear out the I just don't like the sound effect. We're gonna get rid of those real fast. But it's gonna spoil the art. You gotta do it in order, or just, like... You found a lost Spewpa in the corner here. Come on, little dude. Okay, you're right. I'll play it normal there. I'll look at the art one piece at a time. Because I keep hearing, like, little, like, sound effects. There's so many nice art pieces. Okay. What we got here? Ooh, spooky cave. Now, fun fact, the original Pokemon game was designed to be, like, you go into caves to get monsters. And then it was, like, pocket monsters. Sorry, it was, like... what was it called? It was something like... Pocket monsters before it became Pocket Monsters, Pokemon. A dark and narrow cave, its source of eerie light, is a plant called Lumiose moss. This work of art is a series of artworks depicting when they were over here in Kalos. Okay, that's cool. That's nice. I like this one a lot. Looks really comfy. Even a Poltegeist up there? Love it. The Pokemon's sharing a moment together, centered around a Gothitelle. I'm gonna stop reading the last bit. Oh, that's cute. That looks like one of those famous... I think I've seen this in Minecraft. A painting of the mythical Pokemon Diancie. The artist boldly ensues the painting and the background together, keeping it solely focused on Diancie. Thus, we can feel the artist's desire to emphasize that the subject transcends eras and trends. Yeah, wasn't there like, I think it's like woman with veil on face or something like that? I've been watching a lot of TikToks and things where people break down art and how like the subtle details and little things looking in the background. This guy looks pretty fancy. This piece was long believed to have been a portrait of the king from 3,000 years ago. Is that AZ? Painted by an artist who lived at this time. However, recent research has left support as the theory in this painting in fact depicts a descendant of the king, perhaps a younger brother. From thus, we can surmise that the royal line maintained a degree of power throughout the ages. Interesting. He had family? A simple stairwell? That's kind of, I mean, it's a good job. Only the chosen may climb the Tower of Mastery. It also requires skill with roller skates to reach the top floor. I don't remember this too well from the previous game. One must have completed the mastery of their own body to become a Mega Evolution user. Isn't this where, like, we got the Lucario in the first game? It is said that only grains of Mega Rings... Sorry. It is said that only one of their grains of Mega Rings after defeating the successor to the Mega Evolution in a Pokemon battle atop the Tower of Mastery. I feel like I had a stroke reading that. Ooh, I like that. I'm pretty sure this is like... I've seen this in a Pokemon movie, actually. It's like the Steampunk Village. A shining stone that emits great warmth was discovered. The Tower of Mastery was built to house and protect the stone. To this day, the successor to Mega Evolution carries on the legend of the mysterious stone. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like the village that Ash meets Volcanion in. Oh, damn! Here, I feel like he needs to appreciate this. Oh, I'm not allowed to bring Pokemon out in the museum. That's a shame. This is a replica of the Mega Lucario statue in the Tower of Mastery. The original statue was created to commemorate the fact that Lucario was the first Pokemon to ever Mega Evolve in the Kalos region. Okay. Also, I kind of give a diss to the original Kalos. The original Kalos only allowed you to have, like, what, like 5 Megas before the post-game? Lucario was great and all, but it's just like, man, they locked so much behind, like, the end of the game, you know? They gave you Lucario just straight up. Karina, I believe her name was? She was a real one. The giant Mega Lucario statue stands within the Tower of Mastery. I gotta replay that game on stream sometime. In order to directly view its face, one must climb to the second floor of the tower. Within the base of the statue is a room that only successors or related personnel can enter. Interesting, I did not know that. Hey, look, that kind of looks like that Caleb guy I met once. The Tower of Mastery stands to the north of Lumiose City. 2 strange stones were once discovered in this area, which now are thought to have been the first known Megastone and Keystones. Ah, I remember that Lucario statue from the Tower of Masters. Okay. Well, let's head to the second floor then. Isuyu, the Grand Expedition, or Exhibit. This land was once known as Hisu, revealed to humans and how Pokemon can live in harmony. With the help of various museums and collectors, we bring you all the relics and some replicas that we can from this fascinating place and time. We hope you find a way to, I don't really take that. We hope you come away from this exhibit with a sense of the daily life and customs of Hisu. What the? Spewpa, how'd you even get in there? You found one of the lost Spewpas looking quite dapper in this armor of the Galaxy Team's commander. You can't touch the art museum pieces. The Commander's Armor. A suit of armor worn in battle by Kamado. The first commander of the Galaxy Expedition Team. It is said to have come from the Galar region, and bears a strong resemblance to the armor worn by Wilkstum, an Elite Four member in the Kalos region's Pokemon League. When contacted for comment, Wilkstum said, "Well, it's possible this armor is one of several suits that his ancient ancestors gave to the Galarians. However, it is difficult to verify such claims, given the relations between Kalos and Galar during the era." Oh, I love that that's funny, because they might have had a war. Oh my god, there's a lot of art up here. Oh, look at all this! The tails are a little bit bent off, but... Oh, that's cool. Let's investigate. Weren't these, like, outside of, like, a place? This must be a replica. The mythicals of the time. Oh! And he's just appreciating the art. He found a lost Spewpa poring over the ancient Sinographian glyphs. There are 8 more Spewpas to find. There we go. Well, at least this one's an art connoisseur. Take a look here. We got Arceus, Dialga, Palkia, the Free Lake Spirits, Uxie, Mew Spirit, and Azelf. I'm not sure if that's in order. You got ourselves... Oh, hold on. I just realized, I could be doing this. I could be doing first person here. We have ourselves Cresselia, what appears to be a Darkrai. A Heatran. I don't know what that is off the top of my... Oh, these are the Galarian ones. We have, what I presume to be the Braviary. I'm not 100% sure on that one. That one is an ancient, what do you call it? What do you call it? We got ourselves the, Weird Deer. A Cleavor. We have ourselves a Electorb? Sneasler. The Suing Arcanine, I like that. The, Basculegion. This one's from Black and White. I forget what they call this one off the top of my head. Something with an L. Levani? Nope. Leafani? It's like a leaf bug Pokemon. I haven't got to meet it too well. Ursaluna? Avalugg? That might be the Braviary. I'm not sure what this one is actually fully. Because, like, there's this one up here that's... Where is it? And what's this one over here? I don't know. I have no idea. I can't remember what this one is. It's a bird. That must be the Braviary, I'm guessing, at second guess. But then that makes me wonder what this one is. Maybe a Shaman? I have no idea. It is Shaman? Okay, it makes sense. We got ourselves Regigigas. We got ourselves a Giratina. And a Manaphy. Oh, we're gonna, like, gotta back up and just get a picture of that. I'm a tourist, after all. You know what'd be nice is you could take pictures in the game like this, and then use them as backdrops for you and your Pokemon to pose to. Ooh. Okay, there's a second floor there. Take a picture of the art. Okay, let's see. I was told that the person who wore this outfit donated it to the collection Oh. Okay, real talk, we have an issue here. First off, Baldo was a jerk. Second off, you ever notice that in a lot of Pokemon games where they don't actually fully capture the big bad? Like, Giovanni gets let go, even though he gets, like, ruined. I mean, you're not a cop, so you can't really arrest him either way. But, like, a lot of the times, they get away. Even Lysander was thought to be, like, maybe gotten away, but also killed off in the anime by Bonnie, which I actually have a Bonnie card somewhere. Bonnie and, what else, Zygarde, aka Squishy. But the thing is that didn't actually happen. So, like, there's a big issue with Pokemon letting the big bad guys get away. And then they come back. Apparently, he gazed a while at the sketches by Professor Laventon. This was such a nostalgic air, too. Lysander. Lysander! I call him Lysander. Okay, I don't want to talk to you, I want to see the plaque. Is there... a formal attire. This outfit is said to have been worn by ancient Shino people during their rituals. The group worshipped Pokemon Arceus as an almighty deity. Almighty deity. Just messed it up. It is thought that they showed their respect by mimicking Arceus' appearance, even reflecting it in the way they styled their hair. To be fair, I would totally love to have this outfit. The green pants is kind of a miss for me, but I'll take it. Like, I like the idea of Roman things, and this is just godlike. Like, you know Jojo, you know Dio, how in the final arc he just looks so flamboyant? Imagine this was you. This would be like... You get out of the shot, dude? I think that's nice. Let's get back to some of the art there. An ancient quarry. As its name would suggest, this cave was used in ancient times as a stone quarry. The clean cuts on the rock surfaces are signs of advanced techniques or possibly skilled commands of a Pokemon. Either way, as a result, it's impressive even in the modern age. It is cool that we built pyramids and things, you know, like, humans have been doing this stuff for like 12,000 years. They got bored for, you know, a long time and started building stuff. Ooh, it's kind of heavenly looking. The Tempo of Shino. An artist's rendition of what the ruins known as the Spear Pillar would look like if restored. It is said that these ruins once housed 10 statues depicting Pokemon known as lords or ladies. However, the temple was severely damaged due to a battle between legendary Pokemon, with the statues also being destroyed. Records show that the name Spear Pillar was coined by the Survey Corps at the time. I mean, I guess so. Also, I remember, like, hacking in the Arceus event into my Diamond Pearl back in the day, so I actually got to see that this whole thing happen. Actual replays for the win, baby! Okay, let's take a look here. That was Komodo. He looks familiar. A venerated portraits. These portraits said to be displayed at the Pearl Clan and the Diamond Clan. Individuals depicted within them are said to have represented the sun, sea, and land, but nothing concrete is known about their identities. They should let you wear the black costume, like the armor, like here, or this one over here, perhaps. Ooh, I'd totally wear that. That's. Okay, I was a huge weeb as a kid, and I used to do a lot of ninja stuff and like learn Japanese. Like, hold on, take a picture of that. So I used to be a huge weeb back in the day, and I even got a book down here, right? Of my old homework and all that, and you can I don't want to get too deep into it, but you can see there's a bunch of kanjis in the back of this, right? I was a weeb that studied Japanese on my, like, break, and this is just a paper where a bunch of old papers of things, games, various things, artwork at the time. I'm gonna show off the two that are just right here. Got ourselves a Super Mario Sunshine, because I was a big fan of that, and Yu-Gi-Oh! That was a big fan of that back in the day, you know? The point being is, I was a big weeb, and I used to draw and just do all types of stuff on my, like, recess and my breaks and between periods at lunch and all that jazz. I don't know. So the point being is, I would totally wanted a kimono, but I was thinking something akin to maybe Mr. Hat and Clogs from Bleach, a green tone, but preferably with money trees as the print. Because money tree, I have a money tree that I've had for like 15 years, 17 years at this point. So like, I really like the money tree plant. That being said, Pachyrisa aquatica. I would totally go for a robe that was like a little bit of the greener Hat and Clogs variety with like money tree print. That'd be a nice house coat. At least just the coat itself, right? The overcoat? The nice ombre effect? Could have been just stained. Let's see, a kimono. A recreation of a kimono worn by Komolu, the first commander of the Galaxy Expedition team. This kimono had many different types of thread and is very ornately decorated, showing that much of the effort was put into its creation. Thus, it is assumed that this kimono was quite costly, but it is unknown whether the kimono acquired it himself or was given to him as a gift. The pattern provides evidence that gold ducks could be found, and at the time, and the clothing was embroidered. Is it gold ducks on it? I feel like my homie who really likes gold ducks would love that. Oh yeah, there's a gold duck. And it has like kind of like water crack. I forget the name of this mythical thing. It's a sea creature in Japan. A kappa, that's what it is. That very much looks like a kappa. There you go. Let's take a look at these paintings again. I don't know if it's going to give us the same thing. Venerated portraits seem to be the same. Okay, it's gonna give us the same thing. Okay, so we got, yeah, I guess Pearl Clan. I think it's like Archie, and ancient, I'm blanking on the other guy's name. I forget about the ground guy's whole gimmick. But this is obviously, I forget his name too, because to be fair, there's over 1,000 named NPCs in Pokemon, so to remember all the names of all 1,025-ish Pokemon, and thus another 1,000 NPCs, it's kind of a big ask, even for a professor, I'll be honest, okay? But I know this guy is, his descendant became Black and White's leader, basically. Black and White's, blanking, holy, You know what I'm trying to say, champion. Oh look, a Spewpa. I wasn't even trying to look for him. He found the lost Spewpa, who's been doing a fine job modeling the haircuts on display. Yeah, I guess he does look like the bald guy. The shade guy. Okay, let's take a quick gander here. I can't read the Japanese or the Hisuian languages, unfortunately. Like, I tried learning Japanese as a kid, but I didn't get too far. Hairstyles at the time. Displayed here are the hairstyles said to be available to the hairdresser in Jubilife City, in the early settlements of the Galaxy Expedition Team. It is also said that the changes of one hair's color was possible at this establishment. Yeah, very nice. Zuro, the haircut lady, she was nice, I liked her. You know, some more hairstyles at the time. Okay. They must have reconstructed this based on contemporary records. Maybe, but that could be original for all you know. Okay, another chunk of this. Ooh, what do we got over here? We'll go for the less impressive stuff over here. I see some stuff over here, actually, too. Although I'm mad, because I didn't fully build up one of them. Sketches drawn by Professor Labaton. His original Pokédex was long assumed to be lost, until a particular facsimile was found in the shed of a private house in the Shinto region. The discovery helped the advancement in studies of Professor Labaton and created a Pokédex. Something like I misread that a little bit. His works have been re-evaluated in recent years, with particular appreciation for his accurate sketches of Pokemon and his gift for capturing the Pokemon's quirks within the skillful depictions. It is said that the Pokédex was not, a fact, completed by Labaton himself, but by a mysterious 15-year-old youth who appeared out of nowhere one day. That is true. Now, the question is, did that 15-year-old ever go home, is what I'm wondering. Let's see, more sketches drawn. It's going to read off the exact same thing, I think. Well, let's take a bit to appreciate the art form of these sketches. I always like to think that these are like almost like beta-like things. We got a Pikachu. We got some little Cherubies. Shinx, everybody loves Shinx. A Roselia. We have a Beetlejuice in the making. I actually had a shiny of one of these guys. Starly. I can't quite depict that. I think it was just more of a region. I think it's a landscape. And a little cute Aber with his little mustache there, kind of. Oh yeah, Abers don't have mustache. I'm picturing with the Fu Manchu mustache, though. And I'm just going to take that, because it's fine, because his evolved forms have it. Ooh, look at all these. Pokeballs of the Hisuian region. People at the time crafted their own Pokeballs by using apricorns and the minerals tumblestones. Many varieties are said to have been created, each displaying different properties depending on what materials were used. Crafting one's own Pokeball in the modern age would be truly a labor of love, given the difficulty. You've lost the game? Oh wait, speaking of which, there's one here that they're giving away as a giveaway for this museum that I just picked up. It is the replication of the, I think they call it the Prism Ball? I have no idea what they call it. Point being is, they gave me one of these. I think it's kind of cool. Hey, that's a nice replica. Even kind of opens, but it's like a little bit stiff to open, so I'm not going to bother with that. That's kind of a fun little thing they gave me here. Like a free sample at this museum. Out of that, or I could say I swiped it. They used to make their own Pokeballs by hand? Yes, the Pokemon balls are typically... Pokemon, canonically in lore, they can shrink to the size of, say, something would fit in a pencil case. Or perhaps an eyeglass case, something very small like this. They can shrink, they can go bigger apparently, and when they do, they get a little bit more berserk. That being said, people used to make all kinds of vessels. They would use old gourds, for instance, genie lamps, all types of things. But a hand-carved giant clunker nut, it's basically an acorn, apicorn, in your modern-day speak, they would carve them out, and sometimes when the Pokemon were exhausted or felt tired enough, or just by the will of them, it seems, they were able to shrink to about the size of, say, an acorn, and they could fit inside slightly larger Pokeballs or acorns. It was a good way of protecting them. Nowadays, we seem to use portal technology to digitize and transport them to other places, and that's fine. Who knows if they're just caught up in the binary code and staying inside of a PC, or perhaps they are let out into a farmland, like a Pokemon Wild Reserve of some sort. Either way, they seem to get patched up pretty easily with this new technology, so it's just the method we've been using for like the last 100 years. I believe a man named Samuel Oak was one of the people who made some advancements in the technology. And another man named Bill. Can't remember his last names, though. But yeah, it was possible. Ooh. Hey, you, get out of the goddamn enclosure. You're gonna mess up the old suits. There you go. You found a lost Spewpa that seems to think it was partnered with a Survey Corps member. I don't think the Survey Corps member would be caught dead in that uniform. I feel like you could get a nicer looking uniform. Let's see. Survey Corps uniforms. The uniform remained undamaged, and even when its wearer rolled up through the terrain to dodge attacks. I'm having a hard time reading that from Wild Pokemon. It can withstand both heat and cold, and is said to have even withstand Pokemon moves. Remarkably, the red cap is believed to always stay in place, no matter how the wearer moved. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the caps. I really like the fact that in later games they took hats off the characters. Except for Gold. Gold hat, I like his hat. And Red. A house interior. Here is the interior of a standard house in the early settlement of Jubilife. Thus sparsely furnished, it contains everything that for field work and daily life, including hardy clothing, sandals, and boots. Some houses also contain items that residents bought from their home regions. Let's take a little close up here. See a little stove, a little workbench. I think that's like a little depiction of where a humanoid would stand, perhaps. A little fire. Don't get me wrong. Would you love to have a bachelor pad that looked like this? I would love to, especially in my weed phase. Like the wooden and the white walls up here, the clay and the wood up here. That is beautiful architecture to me. Although I also like what's her face, Dynamo Girl's garage, though. I feel like that would also be like a dream house of mine. Again, I was a huge weeb at one point, so I was going through a lot of the stuff. Some kind of clothing shop, maybe by Mabel and Abel. Hairdressers. What else we got here? Kind of dojo of sorts, I guess. Looks like a fighting hall with the match yard out in front. Shop interiors. Above is shown to be the interiors of a hairdresser, while the below was the interior of a clothier. While life in Hisu was often regarded as one of scarcity, residents were able to live in relative comfort by befriending Pokemon, as well by using gathered materials to craft items. The hairdresser also seemed to host salons, with some residents gathering to play a game known as Go. The mock-up? Training grounds. A space where the Galaxy Expedition Team members would hone their skills by battling using Pokemon they have caught. Though it is not worth noting that wild Pokemon were still regarded as terrifying creatures at this time, there are records of a man named Ingo, proven guidance in the ways of Pokemon battle. But it is said that he simply vanished one day after stating, "It is time for me to return." He came back?! Oh, that's so good for our friend who's like obsessed with those characters. That's good. Oh, hey, what are you doing in there? You gonna sell me some materials? You found a lost Spewpa that looks as though it is running the old general store. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's a perfect size for him. There are 5 more Spewpas to find. Huh. Now, the question is, when did he get back? And, like, was it on the same timeline as, like, his brother? Or was it too early to... I don't know, I imagine it would have been roughly the... But why was he there in the first place? Was it because, like, he, I guess he was a part of that battle train in Black and White, right? So he must have been an advanced trainer. I guess the Arceus knew that they needed some strategists of some sort. Also, I wish I would have got a picture of the Spewpa in the thing. That would have been nice. Here, we'll just line that up a bit. Oh, not fisheye. And a little more. I'm having... my Joy-Con's, like, just doing, like 10% increments. It's just not... I can't get it to, like, aim perfectly. That's good enough. Okay, we got a rice field, vegetables, all types of stuff. Seems to be a beachside property. Another house. Let's see. Life around Jubilife. Within the settlement of Jubilife, fields were established to grow crops. Beyond its walls was the beach, where settlers first came ashore. As Pokemon were surveyed in the area that was developed, so too did the population grow. It is said that Pokemon that they befriended also helping with various tasks, such as farming. That's good. Life around Jubilife. I think we just read the whole thing, it's fine. That being said, I don't think I've actually uploaded my playthrough of Pokémon Legends Arceus. I know I'm working on this one currently, and I'm doing a good job of it, because it's already up some. Apparently, all the stuff is either board or modern replicas. You! Get out of there! You found a lost Spewpa. It looks like it's been trying to craft something on the little bench. There you go. They're adorable. I kind of like how caterpillars make little cocoons. A Survey Corps satchel. The satchel was supplied with members of the Survey Corps. A Survey Corps member would be knocked out while conducting Survey Corps missions. The Security Corps would rescue them and retrieve their satchels. The tale remains of a Galaxy Expedition team member who boasted that he could increase the capacity of satchels so they could hold more items. Yeah, that was an annoying side quest. Potato mochi. I'd love to actually try this. Food prepared in Hitsu by cooking all sorts of foot roots, whatever, which were being harvested in Hitsu at the time. A replica has been founded while in writings from the period. Let's see. Sootfoot humble root. Harvest it, peel it. Broil it, bake it, or steam it will do. Just nobody steal it. Mash the root, then knead the mash, and once more overheat it. So, like, hold on, is it like... Get a potato. Mash the potato. Cook it again? Into, like, little bread balls? Or, like, little, like, noodle balls, I guess? Grill it until it browns. Use ember, not flamethrower. Now, hearken well. Now listen closely. The wise adore the potato mochi. I've had some good potato soup, but I would love to try whatever heck that is. Little crafting bench. A bench where the Galaxy Expedition team members could craft Pokeballs and other necessities using materials they've gathered. Crafting benches were set up in various locations, but there were also portable crafting kits that could be utilized whenever the user might be. Okay. Isuyu is an ancient name for a distant region. The people there were greatly feared Pokemon. It's a nice little tapestry. Hisuian map region number 2. The map depicts the Cornet Highlands, as well as the Crimson Mires and Lake Valor. Though they very different from the modern-day Shindo region, geography-wise, it is accurately shown. It is believed the surveyor viewed the area from while riding a flying Pokemon. I would kind of wish we had ride Pokemon in this one, just saying. And map number 1, yeah, that kind of looks about right. I always like when they do that in video games. Actually, even this current game, it got put away. My life likes to clean up my mess. They had this map effectively in the back of the game case. Hisuian map number 1 depicts the area around Lumiose City, the base of the Galaxy Team Expedition. Many children could be seen, perhaps indicating the fear of Pokemon had lessened and life had stabilized at this time. Okay. Well, is he going to be in the little thing? Oh, he's not okay. It's another one of those. I already see. Oh, I guess I got turned around. My bad. We got a lot going on here. Hey! What are you doing here? You found a lost Spewpa that thinks it's a Pokeball. That being said, I actually have a couple of these. I'm gonna grab some stuff there for show and tell. Now, as my time as a professor, I've actually come across a lot of interesting things. Now, while we just acquired this today at the museum, we've also gotten some other things, like back in the day, a Cherish Ball. And since I'm a professor, of course I'm going to have my hands on the mysterious Master Ball. It's a prototype. They're trying to think about building this, but it seems very powerful, and it takes a lot of computing power to digitize things, but it's very accurate. It almost always works, like, almost 100% of the time, I think. Next up, except I heard there's a story about a kid throwing one at a wish cache and it didn't work out so well for him. I got some evil merch from the evil Team Rocket. That's kind of cool. They got a facility that was raided like 20 years ago, and they found a lot of their items. I was able to get my hands on some of that. Another one that I see actually on display here is a dive ball. I used to be a big swimmer as a kid. I used to love swimming. So there you go, got a dive ball. I also have this one. I'm not sure where this came from. I have no documents. They said it was found floating in a ocean and it washed towards shore. No one knows what this one's about. We can't activate it. The DNA coding, like, it seems like it almost works like, I say, a regular Pokeball would, but, like, no one can access it. So, that's a thing. I have a fellow researcher who was trying to look at a thing called a GS ball. It was a gold and silver ball, but they never really got anywhere with that. Also, one more thing I got is just a custom one for my old Magneton I used to love, is the Magnemite ball. I just think that's kind of a cool one to have. Those are just some of the Pokeballs that I have on display. I have a few others, like it's always got to have a Ultra Ball within arm's reach, and there's a few other things, but those are just some of the cooler Pokeballs I have on display. But let's take a look at the display that they have here. Be nice to almost get one of every type of Pokeball. We got ourselves a Nest Ball, the Dive Ball in question that I have right here, a Nest Ball, sorry, Net and Nest, a Timer Ball, a Repeat Ball, which actually I'm a big fan of that. Actually, hold on. Reaches down off camera. This is my League Pack sack. It's what I bring to League, and I use it to do all my training and teaching my kids at League. Inside here, though, I also have a few more Pokeballs. These ones are softer. We have ourselves a Premier Ball. It is a special, kind of just normal Pokeball, but it's a little bit prettier. We also have ourselves the Repeat Ball. I'm actually a big fan of Repeat Ball, because it reminds me of one of my favorite Pokemon's limbs. I'll show you, one second. So one of my favorite Pokemons is Scizor. I'm a big fan of Scizor. If you look closely at his gauntlets, or his pinchers, he has like a little gray circle with an eyeball. And I kind of think like the Repeat Ball has just a similar kind of vibe as his pinchers. So that's why I'm a big fan of the Repeat Ball. What else we got here? A Premier Ball? I actually got one of those. Sorry, not a Premier Ball. A Luxury Ball, which I have one of those as well. What else do we have? Nothing more on this shelf. A Quick Ball. Very discouraged to use those for anything that's a shiny, unless it's very fitting, like, say, a Luxray. What else? I think this one is a... it's been a minute. It could be a Dark Ball, or it could be called... I totally forget the name of this one, actually. Hold on, maybe I can read it. Sometimes a professor needs to update his notes. Various Pokeballs used in today. Yes, Dusk, that's correct. I believe this is a Park Ball, a Love Ball, a Premier, a Standard Issue Pokeball, a Great Ball, one of my favorites, the Heavy Industrial Hyper Ball, or Ultra Ball. Now, if you look from above, you can actually see it kind of has like an H-like shape. So in Japanese, these are called Hyper Balls, because they have an H on them. So I used to say that's Hyper Baller of you. Like, you know, instead of like, that's Baller, that's Hyper Baller. One of my favorite Pokeballs. Also, in French, the Great Ball is called Super Balls. What else? We got ourselves the Master Ball. Wow, they actually have one of the prototypes. That is really hard for you to get your hands on one of these. A Safari Ball. I believe this was called the level ball. It was good for weaker things. A friend ball. That's always kind of weird. I feel like it'd be good for certain Pokemon, like say a Kadabra, not a Kadabra, or also a Arbok with its little patterns. Plus they're friends. A heavy ball, very good for larger Pokemon. A dive ball or lure ball. Sorry. Kind of an overrated one. I'm not a big fan of that one. Fast balls, we don't see too often of those, although it is thought of that Ash and some the mangas had one for a minute, but they kind of retconned that away. A love ball, which had a nice glitch where it only worked on same-sex Pokemon. And a moon ball, a fan favorite. There you go. It was nice to see most of the Pokeballs. Let's see. This looks like a gym or something. This is the facility, a factory that makes Pokeballs and ships them all over the Kalos region. I think I've been there once. This painting is part of a series of technology in Kalos, and its ever-increasing number of Pokeballs express the artist's desire to be connected with all kinds of Pokemon. Yep, I think we went there. I think like some kid was parkouring. There might have been an accident that shut it down for a day. I'm surprised there's none of those weird green ones. Also, I could have swore I heard something. We seem to have some kind of hologram here. It's a three-dimensional map of Lumiose City, created using holotech. That's cool, but I mean... Is there really that big of a segment there? Hey, what are you doing there? Hey, you found a lost super pretending it's a great monster attacking Lumiose City. That's adorable. Come on, little dude. Don't get all the ink on the projectors. It's gonna be hard to clean. I like that. Little Godzilla. Yep. Okay. We got some more paintings to look at. Yeah, he's pretty good. What is this? Oh yeah, wasn't this like a secret area that we didn't get to travel to in the previous game? They had like some turbines that were like off in the distance, but it was cut content. This plant uses heat from the ground to generate electricity. The painting is part of a series of technology in Kalos. The plant is a sharp commentary on how the hidden passion for that lies just beneath everyone's surface. Well, I mean, it kind of feels like... Sure, I guess you can go with that. That's a weird art direction. Ooh, what is this thing? Low orbit ion cannon. This plant generates sunlight in space in order to generate electricity. This painting is part of a series on technology in Kalos, and the artist has succeeded in capturing the density and electricity in the region, of being isolated but still striving to help others. That's true, but isn't like technically electricity invisible? So like you wouldn't actually see it. I mean, it does glow a little bit, but you can see sparks, but that has to be really high to the point where you're probably damaging the technology. I'm sure they accounted for that. I think this is all actually supposed to be promotional art from the Pterodox. They were talking about stuff that, like, Kalos was supposed to be a bit more of a futuristic region. I mean, it was the first 3D handheld, right? Pokemon game? This plant uses gases from composing waste to generate electricity. This painting is part of a series in technology, and it expresses the sorrow of wanting to leave some legacy behind, even though we pass on and disappear. I mean, I guess you're still contributing your energy to the world. But yeah, that's kind of thing. Things are finite. And I'm tired for this. This plant uses gases from composing waste to generate electricity. Yeah, we kind of read that one. Ooh, is this like some kind of thermal duct of some sort? That's kind of crazy. This plant uses fire to generate electricity. This painting is part of a series of technology, and it shows the ferocity and combustion of that communicates passion for fire and the energy of life. This one's kind of cool too. I guess it's like steam geysers? Ah, that one's actually kind of creative. Oh, what if it erupts? I imagine that would be kind of bad. This power plant uses fire to generate electricity. The painting is part of a series on technology, and yeah, they kind of reuse some of the blurbs. Oh, it seems to be everything on this floor, I think. Hey, what are you doing there? Just chilling? How about you come chill with this Pokeball? What a pleasant stroll for the museum. A whole Lumiose City made out of holotech? That's like the coolest thing ever. Dude, you should see the AR glasses that they're trying to work on. Prism Tower really is kind of glimmerous, isn't it? Now, another thing, too, is, do you remember for a minute that the 3DSs had, like, a AR function where you put, like, little cards in the ground? Supposedly, they were trying to build a Pokemon battle system where it was AR using the 3DSs. We never got that far. Alright, well, I'm pretty sure we can't go up to some of the other floors in the museum. Ah, there's our last Spewpa. Spewpa, would you like to go back to your trainer? Accidentally kick it. You found a lost Spewpa, looking quite comfy in its cozy little space between those sofas. Okay, come on, little dude. You found all 12 Spewpas. Oh wow, that's a lot. That's a whole double team of them. Thank you for finding all those Spewpas for us. Yeah, they were so precious. Well, we better do one last head count before we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13. Wait, what? Where'd this 13 one come from? I don't know, but we can only take 12 of them between the two of us. I suppose the best solution would be to have this kind trainer take this new fellow off our hands, yeah? Yeah, we can't leave it here alone. It might damage the art. Then it'd end up in real trouble. We simply can't thank you enough for helping us and our precious Spewpas. To be fair, these people are about to have a real fun time when they're gonna have like 12 butterflies, probably in different patterns, honestly. We just get a free Spewpa. I'll take it. Now, I feel like there might have been one more... No, I guess it just comes down here and this will be the Pokeballs. Right? Double check? Yeah, Pokeballs. Well, that was a lovely little view of this museum. We spent like an hour in here, actually. To be fair, there was a lot of different panels and a lot of different things to read. That being said, I think that's it for now. Thank you for the museum. It was very lovely. Guess we'll be on our ways. And for the sake of it, that might be the chunk of this recording, but we might combine this too. If there's another one, there's another one. We keep going, and you don't see this part, that's fine. Otherwise, take a look at the next episode here. Catch y'all later. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate it. And there.